and thunder fill the skies. Chosen hand of the Father's reign, Horus leads the golden chain. Worlds unite beneath his name, faith and fire, one burning flame. The Emperor smiles, the stars align, the brightest sun of all mankind. Horus, Lord of every dawn, Warmaster, Heaven's Son, Brother Hero, Father's pride, the wolf that runs where gods reside. 10,000 banners in his hand, peace through strength across the land. He builds, he speaks, he never bows. The galaxy kneels, it follows now. Faith unbroken, blade unchained, man ascends, his will regain. Through the void his echo flies, the golden sun that never dies. Horus, Lord of every dawn, Warmaster, Heaven's Son, Brother Hero, Father's pride, the wolf that runs where gods reside. And when the stars remember still, they whisper softly of his will. The dawn that burned so pure, so bright, before it fell into the on Luna's pale and silent stone, the Warmaster walks the night alone. The banners praise his every breath, but shadows whisper under death. Ezekiel stands with hardened eyes, Torgadon laughs, but something dies. Loken watches quiet, grim, he feels the storm inside of him. On Devon's soil the plague winds crawl, huge and timbers broken call. A wounded son in poisoned air, Horus bleeds beneath their prayer. Erebus kneels with careful grace, false devotion on his face. The serpent coils around the shrine, and gods of ruin cross the line. A wound that never truly fades, a truth that twists and slowly shakes. Horus, can you hear them now? Voices in the hidden vow. Gabriel calls, but fate won't bend. This is where the path will bend. Horus in the bleeding light. Do you still believe the right? Or do the gods behind the veil promise more than men can The large fire burns in secret halls, whispered oaths and unseen walls, lunar walls with painted signs, playing games with broken lines. Loken stands outside the door, hears the lies they're fighting for. More evil, a fractured star, cracking under something far. In the temple's mirrored flame, they unmake the Father's name. Golden throne and corpse of light shown to him and warped inside. He sees a cage instead of crown, a silent tyrant looking down. In that vision bright and grim, the Warmaster stops trusting him. Horus, can you hear them now? Voices in the hidden vow. Gabriel calls, but fate won't bend. This is where the path will bend. Horus in the bleeding light. Do you still believe the right? Or do the gods behind the veil promise more than men can handle? From David's grave he rises, changed. The stars above feel rearranged. The shadow falls on Luna's brow. The galaxy is trembling now.
In a hall of broken light, he stands between the wrong and right. The gods behind the crimson veil whisper what his doubts inhale.
Erebus smiles with hidden teeth. Logos faith coils underneath. They show him visions draped in scars, a dying throne beneath the stars. He sees a father crowned in wire, a living corpse on a golden pyre, a realm of chains and gilded lies, a million worlds that slowly die. Is this the truth you bled for, son? A silent king when all is done. The question burns behind his eyes. The brightest star begins to die. Oh, son made and vows undone. The Warmaster eclipses the sun. Horus fallen, hear the call. Rise above the Father's wall. Take the crown they never gave. Let the galaxy obey. Horus chosen, break the chain. Let the stars forget his name. In the shadow of your will, comes with serpent grace, art and murder on his face. Angron roars a bloodborne storm, Mortarion walks a plague in form. They stand before the fallen star, brothers twisted scar by scar. Lead us, Warmaster, they cry, let the Emperor's order die. In the dark he makes his choice, chaos sings with one great voice. Lunar wolves in armor green, soon as sons of Horus seen. He lifts his blade, he lifts his hand, redesigns the master plan. Father, now the war is mine, the fallen sun redraws the line. Horus fallen, hear the call, rise above the Father's wall. Take the crown they never gave, let the galaxy obey. Horus chosen, break the chain, let the stars forget his name. In the shadow of your will, all there borrowed light goes once a dawn for humankind, now the storm that breaks its spine. In the echo of that choice, chaos speaks with Horus' voice. Black rain falls on his farm stone, fire and toxin, flesh and bone. Orders given, vox lines scream, cleanse the weak, a broken dream. Marines in armor side by side, watch their brothers choke and die. Virus fire eats the sky, loyal hearts are left to fry. Tarvit's on a burning high, sees the truth in dying light. Sons of Horus painted lies, drop the bombs and cut the ties. World eaters tear through loyal lines, death guards spread their rotting signs. Emperor's children twist in joy as they butcher and destroy. Same gene seed, same bloodline, now the oath is left behind. Brother against brother in the blackened sun, same father, same forge, now the blade is drawn. Armor against armor in the ashen rain, we were one, now we're killing in his name. Brother against brother where the rivers burn, trust to ash and faith to churn. On Isfan's grave the legions learn, once you turn, you don't return. You don't return. Another field of shattered stone, Istvan bleeds to the marrow and bone. Ferris charges hammer high, face to face where angels die. Volcan roars through molten haze, Korak strikes from shadowed ways. But waiting there with iron jaws, traitor brothers twist the laws. Fulgrim smiles with poison dart, blade of silver through a brother's heart. Angron howls in red delight, Mortarion drowns the world in blight. Perturabo's guns explode, don't return. You don't return. You don't return.
The sky is fire above Terra's crown. Orbital guns beat the surface down. Traitor fleets like a rusted ring. Blackened sun where the sirens sing. The palace shakes with every blast. Walls remember futures past. Rogel dawn on the broken wall, counting every life that falls. Blood runs hot on the marble floor. Shattered glass and choking roar. Custodes stand in gilded line, guarding what is left of time. Malcador burns his soul away, buying minutes from decay. Every second, every breath, traded for a slower death. Gold and ash, steel and bone. This is how you crown a throne. Terra burns beneath the guns. We hold the line until we're done. If we fall, the void will sing glory to a rotting. Terra screams in fire and stone. We bleed to shield a broken throne. In the storm of rust and scars, we are the last of his dying stars. Sanguinius with tattered wings fights where hell and heaven rings. White armored suns in crimson rain, angels drowning in their pain. Jagatai rides the shattered streets, engines howling tireless feet. White scars carved through smoke and dust turn the alleys red with trust. Titans march through ruined ground, god machines with thunder sound. Daemon claws through fractured steel, warborn horrors biting real world leaders. At the outer gate, death guard choke the air with hate. Every breach a dying prayer, imperial fist still standing there. Terra burns beneath the guns. We hold the line until we're done. If we fall, the void will sing glory to a rotting. Terra screams in fire and stone. We bleed to shield a broken throne. In the storm of rust and scars, we are the last of his dying stars. When the smoke consumes the sun and every final charge is run, one last fortress, one last breath holds back universal death. Terra burns
On the vengeful spirit steel, walls can taste the blood you feel. Decks turn black and veins run red. Warp light crawls through every head. The eye is burning on his breast. Gold and green defy the rest. Once a wolf of Luna's pride, now a god thing dead inside. The gods lean in with gnashing smiles, feeding him through endless trials. Voices coil around his name, pouring fire through his veins. Abaddon at the Warmaster's side, first captain drunk on twisted pride. Sons of Horus paint their sign, Eye of Terror in a line. Flesh and iron, warp and roar, he is not a man no more. Eye of Horus in the void, father's dream reduced to noise. Every oath and every scar bows before his burning star. Eye of Horus crowned in spite, wrap the galaxy in night. In his shadow none can see where the man ends, where the gods will be. Shrines of bone in engine halls, demons whisper through the walls. Shrieking choirs in rusted bays, warp-sick light in choking haze. Serfs cut skin to trace the sign, offer blood to shape the line. Every chant a broken prayer, every breath corrupted air. Below Terra drowns in flame, above he plays the final game. One last push to break the throne, turn the realm to his alone. He lays his hand on shattered glass, sees the future in its cracks. Open shields and let him see. Bring my father up to me. Eye of Horus in the void, father's dream reduced to noise. Every oath and every scar bows before his burning star. Eye of Horus crowned in spite, wrap the galaxy in night. In his shadow none can see where the man ends, where the gods will be. Once a sun beneath the sun, now the eye that blinds the one. In the dark between the stars, Horus writes his name in scars. of steel and bone. Angels walk to die alone. Sanguinius climbs a blood-wet stair, cracked white wings in poisoned air. He stands before his brother's throne, Horus crowned in warp and stone. Golden light against the rot, one last choice, one final shot. Between their teeth, prophecies and lies beneath. Horus offers one last path. Stand with me and break his wrath. The angel sees what's left inside. The brother lost, the god of pride. He draws his blade, he does not yield. Dies alone on that cursed field. Angel broken, wings in red. Hope lies silent, he is dead. Father, can you hear him fall? Your brightest angel on that hall. Horus waits with blood-wet hand, laughing over broken land. Father, can you feel the cost? All you build now almost lost. In that chamber torn in two, only you know what to do. The light descends in thunder's roar. The Emperor walks through shattered war. Custodes fall to clear the way. Burn to ash in psychic spray. He sees his son above the dead. Horus crowned in black and red. Sanguinius cold on iron floor. Silent wings will beat no more. Horus shows a twisted dream. Humanity in rust and steam. Golden throne, eternal pain. Endless chains in his name. He tears a soldier's soul apart. Crushes lives to break his heart. The Father sees there's nothing left. Only a god of ruin and theft. Love and fury, hand and flame. He must kill his own blood's name. Father, can you hear him fall? Your brightest angel on that hall. Horus waits with blood-wet hand, laughing over broken land. Father, can you feel the cost? All you build now almost lost. In that chamber torn in two, only you know what to do.
him through smoke and flame, Rogel dawn with shaking frame, armor cracked and burning gold, father's body limp and cold. Malcador is ash and dust, throne of wires I entrust. Terra bleeds in cratered stone, but he must not die alone. Golden throne of iron pain, cables burrow into brain, living corpse in sacred steel, humanity forced down to kneel. Silent God with empty eyes, hooked to keep a realm alive. Every whisper, every prayer crashes on a vacant stair. This is the Silent Imperium, built on a half-dead king. A million worlds in requiem, where choirs of ashes sing. This is the Silent Imperium, lit by a withered sun. We won the war in mausoleums, now the dying has begun. Don't stand still with bloody hands, trying to rebuild the plans. Gilliman hears the final word, draws his lines across the world. Legends broken, split apart, codex carved in wounded heart. Once they marched as living flame, now they're numbers, not a name. Choirs chanting rusted halls, saints in gold on fractured walls. Ships depart through corpse gray skies, traitor legions, distant lies. Eye of terror open wide, Horus gone but not his pride. Scars across the astral sea, this is what is left of we. This is a Silent Imperium.